Hello.
Oh. I mean,
Hello.
no,
What? Restart.
no. Keep it.
Okay.
All right, that's
La-
the intro. That's all you guys get.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show featuring, once again, uh, my co-host, childhood friend, known him since kindergarten, Nick Mick. I don't have anything for you. We're just going to call you Nick Mick Paddywhack. Give a dog a bone.
Nick, knack, paddywhack.
um,
That used to be my Instagram handle.
wait, really?
Yeah.
It's catchy. I
Yeah.
guess it's catchy for a reason. It was a
And I
kid's...
felt like it was kind of gay, but it is Pride Month still, I suppose.
Well, it's not
And you're
Pride
not wearing a
month
rainbow
all year.
shirt.
I'm wearing my AfroMattt shirt, so kind of gay pride.
Yeah.
Let's get some plugs in. Once again, AfroMattt on Twitter, AfroMattt on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, it's AfroMattt on YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, then it's add the AfroMattt on Spotify, vice versa, whatever the hell. Who gives a fuck? Let's be honest. Completely. Let's start off with a story time. Nick, give me a story time.
All right, I'll tell you a story. So, the other night, I went to bed super late.
Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, I should tell them that we're recording this early. I don't mean early as in like when we're recording it.
It's like lunchtime. We usually record it at like 1 or 2 a.m.
We usually record 1 or 2. That's when we're in our prime. But we probably
at the earliest we've recorded at like 8 or 9.
Nick, what time did you go to sleep last night?
7 a.m.
Oh my god, dude! Why do you do this to yourself? You got 4 hours of sleep?
Do you know why? I was trying to fix my shit.
Oh my god!
And I couldn't.
7 a.m.
The reason we're recording this early is because my internet is being complete shit at night. At like 8 p.m. it goes out until like 10 a.m. It doesn't go out. It just gets really slow.
Dude, there are people listening to this quite possibly waking up at 7 a.m. That's when you went to sleep, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah. I'm here off them 5 hours of sleep.
I'm surprised you woke up to my call. Did you set an alarm or something?
I heard your call go off and my alarm went off at the same time, and that put me over the edge.
Nice, put you over the edge. You know what you need to do? You need to have you tried, like, is it because you can't sleep? Is that why you don't go to sleep at like a normal time? Or do you just enjoy staying up?
Well, no, I don't hate myself that much. It's just like it's hard to get to sleep, and
you should try like melatonin or something.
I probably should. I had that shit that like literally knocks you out and you don't get a choice, but I quit.
I know someone who takes Klonopin. Let's just say legally for this, not you.
Let's just say.
No, it's not you, but I have a friend. I was talking to her a while ago, and she does Klonopin, which is like a hardcore Xanny.
Is it my mom?
No, it's not your mom. No, but Klonopin's like a hardcore Xanax, right? But she says she falls asleep better to like. She'll take a Klonopin and not have to pass out, but she'll take just what is it? What did I just say?
Melatonin.
Melatonin, and it'll knock her out, which is weird. Like, I feel like if I took a Xanny, which I haven't, it would just put me like straight on my ass falling asleep. Right?
I mean, it's the same drug class as Xanax.
Isn't it like a meth?
Benzopidine.
Oh, I know that's
meth will wake you up.
Oh, dude, you know what I actually learned about meth? You know the truck drivers? They're only allowed to drive a certain amount of like hours in a workday because they don't want them overworking. And the reason that rule came about was because the drivers were wanting to do too much work, and they would drive from like New York to California in like one sitting, 3 days, 48 hours, whatever, or 72 hours straight driving. And the way that they were staying awake was with meth. Truck drivers were literally doing meth to stay awake on the road.
It keeps you awake. That's one of the things the government used in MK Ultra. One of the things was they would put anesthesia in someone as soon as they're about to fall asleep. They inject the other IV with meth.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like the worst form of torture in the world.
Yeah, and it's straight into your bloodstream. Like you feel it instantly.
God.
That's
Are
fucking
there any
awful.
doctors left alive from MK Ultra?
Dude, MK Ultra wasn't. There's a lot of people alive from MK Ultra still.
Really?
Yeah, there's one guy.
It's been
that
declassified.
would,
How are they not going to jail for like war
there's one
crimes and
guy
shit?
that would do stuff, and he would put you in a medically induced coma. This was part of it, and while you're asleep, he would just play this radio of different information to you, and he was known as like the best anxiety doctor or something because it would reset their brain. But when they came out, they would not remember how to play instruments. They wouldn't remember who they're married to. They wouldn't remember any of that, and you weren't allowed to question what he did. You just go in there and you're asleep, and it takes 3 months. It took him 3 months to do this to people, and he would just reset your brain while you're asleep.
So it's
you wake
like
up with total amnesia.
So it's like when like moms try to like play music for their kid when it's in their stomach, so they come out like learning how to play Beethoven shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. They just play like audio books of music theory textbooks,
and then they come out play Beethoven.
I think that's what Beethoven's mom did.
Beethoven's mom was one of those at-home birth type moms. Just played music in the bathtub.
Yeah. She had a grand piano sitting right next to the tub, so while she'd sit in it, she would just play. She'd be like, "You hear that, Beethoven? This is the key of A major." He's like, yeah.
Well, wasn't he deaf?
I think that was
Bach?
I don't know.
Who cares?
No, Beethoven might have been deaf.
Have you seen pictures of these people?
Deaf.
Every genius from like the 15th century looks like they would be an asshole in real life.
I haven't seen pictures.
Beethoven just looks like an asshole.
Cameras weren't around.
Yeah, why do they have so many colored photos from the 19th century or the 18th century? Let's be honest. Sometimes I feel like they probably, you know how they did Photoshop in the past, or they do Photoshop now on like Instagram posts. If you hire someone to do like a formal oil painting of you, it's kind of like you're doing it an Instagram post, right? Because that's going to be your picture, and it's going to go up, and then it's going to be in your like palace or some shit. So you're going to add them. You're going to make them add filters and like change your shit. You know, you're like, I don't like this blemish. Can you take that out? Or can you make my waist slimmer? Sometimes I feel like pictures of like Queen Elizabeth, she was probably like fat and ugly. Because they were all inbred, right?
Probably, yeah. Is that Renaissance Photoshop?
Yeah, Renaissance Photoshop.
They're okay, anyway, story time, right, Matt?
Yeah.
So
I have a story for you too after.
It was this shit again, and I didn't get to sleep very much, and I was working at 2 p.m. and I woke up to the sound of my Google Home's alarm, and I woke up and I remember being like, "Oh fuck, I heard that in my dreams." So I look and it's 1:51. I live like 30 minutes away from work, and I have to be there in 9 minutes. So I'm like, "Fuck!" I call my boss. I say I'm going to be late. He's cool with it. It doesn't matter. I'm on my way to work, and I'm in the left lane, and there's only one place to pull over before you get on the interstate, and it's Lowe's, and I have to be in the right, and I couldn't make it over. Oh, I had to shit. I had to shit super bad. I forgot that part. I had to take such a big shit, and it was one of those ones where like you feel like if I fart, I'm gonna shit my pants right now. So I couldn't pull over in a Lowe's, so I have to drive on the interstate all the way to the next fucking city. And
Clenched.
I get into the next city, and I'm like, I'm gonna shit myself. I'm gonna shit myself, and I just have to pull over even though I'm already late to work. And I get in there, and there's a cone in front of the bathroom.
Oh.
And there's the cleaning equipment outside. and there's a lady going into the girls' bathroom, and she looks at me and she's like, "Oh, honey, he's cleaning it. You can't go in there." And I look at her, and I'm just kind of like, I like stand there for like 20 seconds doing a dance because I have to take like the biggest shit, and then
Just
I'm like,
a
I don't
real
care. I'm like,
explosive
I don't
one.
care. This is it. This is
Yeah.
it. This will be the first time I had an accident in my pants since I
Code
was
Brown.
like 11. Yeah, and so I go into the bathroom because I don't give a shit at this point, and the guy's in there like literally like bleaching the fucking ground and the walls and shit. And I was like, I looked at him, and he was like, okay, bro, give me like 10 seconds. And then he ran out.
Jesus, he knew you were dropping a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he heard the lady tell me I'm not allowed to go in there, and I went in there anyway. So he knew that I had to go. And then I went, and then after I came out,
Yeah.
that's it. I was thinking about bullshitting
Oh, okay.
to make it more. No, but that's it. I had to shit, and everything was working against me and not for me.
All right. Another follow-up question. Have you ever had that situation, but you were not able to make it to a bathroom? Like, imagine she didn't let you in the bathroom and you shit yourself right there. Has that ever happened to you in your life? Have you ever shit yourself?
Not as an adult.
You never let one slip, and it's like, oh, that was a little juicier than I would have, than I hoped.
Oh, like maybe you're talking like
maybe just
God, this is about to be a gross podcast. You mean like whatever? You're like, dude, I gotta fart so bad, and then you just like fart a little bit. You're not even like letting it out, and then it's like juicy, and you're like, I have to go wipe it. I didn't even know I was sick right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
dude, I remember one time in high school, I was talking to this guy, and I'm not even really good friends with this guy. And he's like, yo, man, dead ass, I just shit myself. And I'm like talking to him. I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know if I have a superpower or something, but people just tell me things that I really don't want to know. Like,
yeah.
He's like, dead ass, man. I feel like they think that they can confide in me, but then I'm like, I don't know who you are. I don't care. But he's like, yeah, dead ass, I just shit myself. I'm like, okay, great. He's like, second hour, right after I shit myself.
Second hour.
He's like, second hour, I went to the bathroom, took my underwear off, Kobe'd them in the trash can, and now I'm free balling it. I'm like, great, dude.
And you know the best way he was able to clean off his shit was to go into the bathroom and take his toilet paper and just like wipe off his ass and his gooch.
Yeah.
No actual cleaning.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'm free balling it. I'm like, hey man, commando, got to do it every now and then.
Do you remember the one time in our high school when someone brought weed to school and everyone was freaking the fuck out? Because we went to like such a goody two shoes school, you could just smell the fucking weed stank in the air, and everyone was freaking out and running around the hallways, and the cops were like searching.
Did they bring a dog? Why do I remember a dog?
But there was a dude, like I remember them talking to us about it and saying like, "Hey, if you know what's going on with this, talk to an adult." But they worded it in such a way that was like, hey, if you don't know what's going on, that's cool. Don't worry about it. But if you do, you need to talk to an adult about it.
Dude, remember our keyboarding teacher? Every year she would tell us that cyberbully story. Remember?
Oh, that was our like tech support too.
Every year.
Dude, she's the reason I went to New Tech.
She's hot.
No, because she convinced me to while I was in keyboarding class in like 8th grade.
Oh. Well, she was hot. I was excited when she showed up. She was a MILF of a teacher, bro. But she would always tell this story every year because we went to like a charter school. I guess it was like not really a private school because you don't have to pay, but you had to get on a list to go in. It's kind of like a lottery system, I think. I don't really know how it works, but so in this school, there's like we all use MacBooks, which is like it was pretty cool at the time, but so she's like the technology manager. She has to give us like a rundown of technology safety, and she would always give this story about how she and her best friend got catfished by this guy, and then the guy turned out to be her best friend's dad, and then she told the cops and got her best friend's dad arrested.
Oh
You remember that
God.
story?
Yes,
Yes.
I remember it.
Dude,
Yeah.
that story every year with that shit. And she's like, that's why you can't trust anyone on the internet. I'm like, that seems like a very specific issue.
No, her friend's dad wanted to pound it.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's fucking weird. I totally forgot about that.
that story was scarred into my memory. But I'm like, it seems like such a niche. Like that story would make headlines, right?
Yeah.
You don't hear any that seems like a 1 in a million chance of that actually happening. And she's like, well, that's why you don't talk to strangers on the internet. I'm like, well, let me just play video games and talk to strangers every day while in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. She was smoking though. Let's see. I have a story too. This one kind of in the same vein actually. Kind of in the same vein. But so as you know, I have a hernia, right? It's not gross. The hernia
It's
didn't.
in your balls.
Well, I have 2 hernias. One of them technically I've had the one on my stomach since birth because I tried to hang myself coming out of the womb. I was done with this shit when I left. But and then the other one I don't know, weightlifting or something.
Dude, do you remember showing off your hernia in Spanish class?
Mm.
You were like, that kid that's like, hey guys, this is my hernia, and I remember touching it.
No one had a hernia. I felt special.
Yeah.
Is it worse than the guy showing off his third nipple though? Remember Tyler? He had a
Who?
third nipple.
The skinny one?
Tall, skinny, yeah.
Oh my god, really?
He had a third nipple and he would show people it. What's worse?
I
What
didn't know that.
would be worse? Me showing you a third nipple or me showing you a hernia?
I think I'd rather touch a muscle protrusion there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But so as you know, I have a hernia, right? So me and Tosh were at a restaurant the other day, and she's like, it was like, you know, the restaurant chatter. It's kind of loud, so you have to talk over each other, right? And she's talking about my hernia, but for some reason, she thinks that it's called a hemorrhoid. So she's screaming about my hemorrhoid in the middle of this restaurant. The waiter comes by right as she finishes talking. Like she was like right in the middle of saying the sentence, "Hey, can I touch your hemorrhoid?" And then the waiter shows up, and just like, I can't tell if he heard it or not, but he like paused, and then he's like,
Probably
okay,
chose to ignore it.
yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I have a complaint as well. This is a different story. I was in the parking lot of Home Depot where I'm employed, and I saw something that rubbed me the wrong way. It was a car with like, you know how they draw on the car with like the white letters?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it said, "It's my birthday." And then below it was their Cash App.
Dude, I saw that car.
Yeah.
Well, I saw one that said graduation, not birthday.
But I'm saying, what's stopping me from just writing that on my thing and never taking it off? Right?
Yeah.
It seems like a scam.
Mine had Venmo on it. No, I think
Venmo.
you could scam people on that.
Because if you're doing that, you're truly believing that they have the best intentions, right? And they're trying to, like, you know, happy birthday.
They're driving like that beater shit car. It's painted on like an absolute disgusting piece of shit car. You know they're gonna spend it on drugs or something that's gonna make their life worse.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I don't give money to homeless people or tip, which is the same thing.
Tipping is the same as seeing a crackhead on the side of the street and saucing him a 20.
Tipping is essentially giving money to homeless people. Oh god, they're
not essentially funny. The same thing. I thought the terms were interchangeable.
They're synonymous, yes. They're synonyms, and they're interchangeable, really. You're like, oh, I saw a waiter on the side of the road today.
I saw a waiter giving himself the vaccine.
Oh god. Yo, did you see the waiter with the sign at the end of the? I
I
decided to
saw
not
this
tip
waiter.
him.
His sign said need money for weed and beer.
Oh man, that's funny.
That was one here. I told you about that one, right?
Yeah, yeah. Need
The
money for
waiter
weed
on
and
the
beer.
side of the road.
I actually respect that
Dude,
one more because that's truthful. That's what they're gonna spend it on.
I stopped my car right next to the guy because there was a stoplight, and he literally like was looking at me through my car like I couldn't see his sign and was just holding it up to my window with his eyes super wide.
Jesus.
Like,
That
need
dude,
money for weed and beer.
that's
And
the
I'm
most
like, yeah, I
awkward
saw
thing.
it.
Trying to avoid eye contact. You're like, you gotta have the wandering eyes.
Have you seen the one that sits off I-49 and he's missing an arm? He's like this young blonde guy.
Yes, yes, I've seen that guy. Dude, you know the most annoying thing too is when they, not even homeless people, when they come by the charity people with the big orange vests, and they have like a
Oh, they're
bucket.
doing it for like church or something.
Yeah, they're doing it for church or something. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna give it to homeless people. I'm sure as hell not gonna give
No,
it to you.
no, actually, I've given them some, and I've
Really?
given homeless people some, but I quit giving homeless people money, but I still give them money. Well, because theirs is literally going to charity.
Mm.
So
If you're a
I don't know
homeless,
if it's a church thing. I think it said it was like for feeding kids or something. Like they
yeah,
probably do it as
feeding
a church
kids.
group thing, but it goes to like food kitchens and stuff.
I'm sure. I'm gonna start a new donation fund for feeding the
You just say
adolescent.
feed. You could just say
Feeding
feed. No,
feed
you could say
hungry
feed hungry
adults.
people. No, not adults. Just say people. Feed hungry
Feed
people, and
feed
then you
hungry
just spend
people.
it. You and Natasha just go out to eat every night.
That's us. Yeah, that's for us.
There's literally people like they don't want a new job. You know, they make more money panhandling and making people feel sorry for them. With like, they make more money doing that than they would getting a minimum wage job.
Yeah, dude. I saw one time a homeless person literally waiting outside of a what's that place called? It's like a place that helps you find jobs. You know.
Hmm.
I'm like, here, you want a tip? How about turn around and go in that building? They'll get you a job at Sonic ASAP.
What if he was waiting out there because they said, "Okay, we put in your application at this place. Now go take a nap somewhere. We
Somehow
don't
I
want you in here.
somehow
You're
I feel
getting
like that's
hobo on
false.
me."
There's a lot of homeless people. Too many. Dude, everyone's talking about the homeless crisis. They should have been the ones to die from COVID, but they're still here. There's still so many homeless people.
Yeah, they didn't even get the news about the vaccination. They just weren't allowed to go. Dude, imagine a homeless man trying to find a mask
I mean,
to go into a place once the pandemic started.
I mean, I'm imagine the shit that's on that mask.
Dude, my boss, there was this homeless guy that used to come into Freddy's when I worked there, like my second job,
Mm.
and he would always order brownies, and I would always just fill his thing up with brownies. And when my boss was there, he would literally only give him one. And
That's
when the guy would try to fill up his gallon of water at the thing, like he's out there in the heat, it was in the middle of summer all day. He would tell him he's not allowed to use the fountain tap, even though it is water. And he
what?
said, you can go to the bathroom if you want water.
Jesus, your boss is ruthless.
Yeah, his name was Andy. He was a
Andy.
dick.
What? The homeless guy?
No, the manager.
Oh.
Imagine talking like that to a human being. I don't care if you're homeless or not. Like, oh, you want water? You go to the bathroom when
Go
there's fresh
drink
water
from the
out
toilet
here.
like a dog. Like the dog you are. Piece of shit human.
You nasty hobo.
Damn. I do have a level of sympathy for homeless people, though, because I can imagine being homeless. But the thing is, I can't imagine being homeless for long, right? Some of these people, I feel like homeless is their thing, right?
I think
Homeless is a state between being like doing something, and then that falls through. You're homeless for a bit, and then you get it together. But I feel like some of these people just can never get it together.
yeah. There was another one that came into Freddy's that had a job a long time ago.
That's
Every
good.
day he had
That's
a
good.
super long beard like down to his thing. He wasn't homeless, but now he's homeless. He used to always
Ah,
be wearing construction shirts, and now he's just. I see him at Walmart sometimes, and him in his car. But I also see him walk. Maybe I mean I haven't seen him in a couple months. He might have actually got. He probably just has those bouts where he's like, I'm just gonna panhandle and live on the street for a while,
Yeah.
and he's like, I guess I'll get a job.
I can respect a homeless person that is trying to, like, the money that they're getting is trying to do something, right? But if you're a
Yeah.
homeless person and you're asking to buy, like, I literally had a homeless person walk up to me in a parking lot at a, like, gas station. He's like, hey man, can I bum a cig? And I'm like, I don't have any cigarettes, right? And he's like, well, can I have $5 to buy one or something? I'm like, dude, you are out of your damn mind if you think I'm going to give you $5 to spend on a cigarette.
Dude, I had a dude come up to me, and this was before I was educated about any of this. I'm like 15 or 16, and he comes up to my window while I'm at Petco in my car and just holds his sign up at me. And I didn't even read what it said, and I gave him $20. Literally 20.
Jesus Christ. See, I think that's another reason why I don't give, because I feel like I'm not worthy of my money either, right? Because I feel like if I found $20 on the ground, I feel like I would have been stealing, right?
Yeah.
Like that, I feel like that's someone's. I'll look around and try to see whose $20 bill it is. But I feel like if I give a $20 to a homeless person who's doing nothing, not even playing a Home Depot bucket, like a drum, there's no point. I don't know.
Well, also, do you know how humiliating that is? If you got to do a stupid little dance while you're already homeless and you're trying
Yeah,
to
that's
get better.
true. That's true. But
Now, if you have no shame, dance all you fucking can. Like if you're just there to get the money for heroin, I want to see you dance.
yeah, very true. If you're going to if you learn one thing from the AfroMattt podcast, if you're going to panhandle for crack cocaine, get jiggy with it.
I think there was a Mr. Beast video where he walked up to a homeless guy and gave him like $10,000, and
The
he's
amount
like, "Hey,
of heroin that guy bought.
yeah." Well, no, he was like just out of it. This guy seemed like a good guy, and they got him cleaned up too.
Yeah, some of the
And
homeless people
they're
are good people, like veterans and stuff, and it's sad when that happens. But I mean, some of these guys in big cities are, I mean,
But in this video, have you seen the POV thing? I'll just take my wallet here, where they're like this, and they're like, "Hey man," and they're just staring at their phone and
oh
give the
my
homeless
god,
guy
yes.
the. Yeah, well, that's what Mr. Beast was doing to this guy, and the guy, he was like, "So can we see what like how you do things, like where you're set up and all this stuff?" And the homeless man gave him like the dirtiest look, and he's like, "I don't have a setup. I don't do things. It's fucking humiliating."
Damn.
Like he literally just said that on the video. Then Mr. Beast like started talking about something else.
Yeah, Mr. Beast is that's probably the reason that's the only homeless video he's done.
He's like, "What? He's like, can you take me back to your crib?" He wanted to see his little homeless like where
Here's
he
an
sleeps.
idea. Here's an idea. The Masked Singer with homeless, right? Because the only
so they
people
unmasked them and they're all just hobos.
Take it off. Take it off. Take
And they take it off and he's like,
take it off.
and they're like, "Oh, it's Crackhead Joe."
That's so fucked.
And there's still the lady with her eyes rolling back in her head.
She gets so hyped she doesn't know who it is.
I feel like we could download that like an MP4 of an actual mast and make an edit of that.
I remember the hosts are like, I cannot believe it! I cannot believe it! It's Homeless Joe! Because my big complaint with the Masked Singer is that the people that win that show don't need to win any money because they're already millionaires. Just give the money to poor people, homeless people. Oh, that's funny. That's fucked up though. A homeless
Yeah, you
Masked
need the
Singer.
publicity.
Yeah.
Ninja was on there, and then he sold out to Takis.
Mm.
Seriously intense.
Seriously intense. Okay, let's get into some of the news. Let's do news, and then we'll do...
We got a speed run, Matt. I have 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. We both have to get to work soon. Let's do John Cena. Did you see this?
Was it the Chinese thing?
Yeah, have you seen this?
I saw someone put fake translations over it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Apologizes to China in Mandarin for calling Taiwan a country.
Which technically it is. Just China doesn't refer to it as a country.
Who is he addressing here?
He's
So
our China overlords.
So, but who is China? Who did he send this video to?
Hey, it says hello China. This is John Cena.
Okay.
This is to all.
So this is
China.
to Mr. China himself.
This is to Kim Jong Un.
中国就是叫西纳，我必须说现在，在速度与激情中
This is John Cena
我做很
speaking
多采访，很多
very good Mandarin.
所以在一个采访，我有一个错误。
In one of my interviews by mistake, everyone asked me if I could use Chinese to explain it.
可以用中文，
The F9 crew has given me a lot of information. There's a lot of interviews and information. And I made a mistake. I have the right to say this. Yeah, and it's very, 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 very important. I love and respect China and the Chinese people. I love communism. And I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize. I welcome you to our country. Please come and take over our land. America is yours. Thank you. Bye. I mean,
Damn, John Cena really just said they can have it.
he just came out and just really let it rip. But I think that John Cena's he has the right idea, because one day China, our landlord, is going to come and collect our rent. And when we say we don't have $23 trillion to pay for rent, he's going to be like, I mean, this is the 80th year in a row that you've missed rent. I can't keep on letting you slip like this. We're going to have to slowly start moving you out. And you're going to start seeing a lot more Chinese neighbors.
Yeah, and you're going to start seeing a lot more spaceships leaving the planet.
Yeah.
They're just going to take all of the American people and put them in the sun.
Yeah. We live a long time.
We lived long time, you son no.
The Chinese people will live long time.
I can just imagine like this Chinese grandma like leading people into a rocket ship, and there's like Americans crying and trying to talk like, yo, what's going on? And she's just like nodding her head and patting them on the back, comforting them while like forcing them into the spaceship.
Forcing them, and then they just start shooting American civilians into the sun, just shooting them into space. All right, you fight aliens. You go.
You go. You'll be big man.
Oh God, that's well, yeah. It's gonna be over soon. It's gonna be over soon. So, all this fighting about Black Lives Matter and stuff. You know who really won't care?
The Chinese.
The Chinese communist.
The Chinese
leader.
are super racist.
Yeah, dude. Have you seen like what they look like? What the Chinese people do when they see a black person in China?
And they literally do not stop staring.
Yeah,
they literally just stare, and it's okay in their culture to stare at people like that.
It's like a foreign
because it's just such an anomaly.
Yeah,
it's like if an alien just showed up and your fucking car is just sitting next to you, and you're like, "What the, dude? Have you seen the one where the guys wear the Iron Man mask over there?"
Oh, I think I saw it.
It's and he's like, "Boo!" and they don't jump.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, "Boo!" and they don't jump, and then he takes the mask off and he's black and they scream.
I always thought that one was staged, but I know what you're talking about.
That's a good video.
Let's see. Jon Stewart goes ham on Jimmy Kimmel. Have you seen this one? No. Jon Stewart. He's the ex-host of the Daily Show.
Here's the thing. This is what I know about you.
Oh, this is him talking about the lab. I remember seeing this. And they didn't expect him to go so hard on it.
Yeah, but he's super liberal.
And he was trying to challenge him. Jimmy Kimmel was trying to challenge him.
The thing is, this guy's super liberal.
Not Jimmy Kimmel. What's this guy's name?
Jimmy Kimmel, yeah.
That's
Stephen Colbert.
No, is he wearing? Okay.
And I know we're all vaccinated, and I'm not going to get COVID, but I'm going to get something. I'm honestly, these people did not take good care of themselves during the pandemic.
Last time, well, actually, the first time we talked during COVID, I was still in South Carolina.
That's right. You were locked down.
I was locked down there, and the family, Evie and the kids, were the actual crew.
That's right.
That's how we were doing it. We're doing it in a little unused little bedroom with cables through the window and a satellite truck on our lawn. And I mean, like the room was twice the size of this desk. I think I'm not joking. Chris could tell you it's really really tiny.
The Wuhan novel respiratory coronavirus lab. The disease is the same name.
Okay.
I'm all
what
for
do you?
spit takes,
But
but-
what do you?
Okay, here's when he goes crazy.
And that's kind of.
Hold on one second.
No. Now, listen.
Here it is.
It's coffee. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you.
I'm
So
all
what
for
do you?
spit takes,
But
but-
what do you mean by? Do you mean like
Well, so
this? Perhaps there's a chance that this was created in a lab. There's an investigation.
A chance.
Well, but
oh my
if there was
God.
evidence, I'd love to hear it. I
There's
just don't know.
a novel respiratory coronavirus overtaking Wuhan, China. What do we do? Oh, you know who we could ask? The Wuhan novel respiratory coronavirus lab. The disease is the same name as the lab. That's just a little too weird, don't you think? And then they ask those scientists, they're like, how did this, so wait a minute, you work at the Wuhan respiratory coronavirus lab. How did this happen? And they're like, a pangolin kissed a turtle.
I'm glad he didn't do a Chinese accent.
The name
He
of
did
your
like
lab,
German.
If you look at the name, let me see your business card.
Dude, he's
Show
not
me
even
your
trying to be
business
funny, and
card.
everyone's laughing.
He's just
They know he's
going
making him.
crazy.
They know he's making him uncomfortable.
Coronavirus lab in Wuhan.
He doesn't want to be caught in this.
because there's a coronavirus loose in Wuhan. How did that happen? Maybe a bat flew into the cloaca of a turkey and then it sneezed into my chili. And now we all have coronavirus. Like, come on. Okay.
Wait a second.
Dude, he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
He's slamming the desk.
Oh my God.
And everyone's clapping.
Oh my God. There's been an outbreak of chocolatey goodness near Hershey, Pennsylvania. What do you think happened? Like, oh, I don't know. Maybe a steam shovel mated with a cocoa bean.
I mean, that's kind of the gist of it. But he just really went ham, which I appreciate because,
Dude, not a lot of people would go on that show specifically.
not a lot of people
and,
have the balls. Not a lot of people
Yeah.
have the balls.
And
Yeah.
he went out there with the plan to make a big deal about this because he's trying to let these people, like, he's doing it in kind of a comedic way to them, but in their head it's registering like, is what he's saying true? I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah. I mean, if you really, it's like if you mentioned, like, I remember watching a Joe Rogan episode. I know I'm a piece of shit. I watched a Joe
Everyone
Rogan.
used to like Joe Rogan.
I watched a Joe Rogan episode where he had a guy on talking about early in the pandemic about all this research about how they were silencing people, and Wuhan had a lab, and then there was a doctor from Harvard and stuff. All this stuff early in the pandemic, and I'm like, okay, the evidence lines up, and he was having him fact check it all the time with Jamie or whatever, was fact checking all the time. And I'm like, okay, well, signs point, and the dude that was being interviewed was a professional virologist, right? He had like multiple studies, PhD level.
It was like one of the dudes that worked in pathology for the Wuhan lab, right?
Yeah, I think I know the guy.
I think that's the same one. That's the one I watched.
Yeah.
He was, and the
So
guy
this
was
guy's
literally
obviously-
saying they blocked us. We wanted to investigate the lab and they wouldn't let us go, so we had to do the web market.
Then if you mention that it's in passing in dinner, I would mention, I'm like, oh, you mean the virus that was invented in Wuhan? And they're like, you mean came from? And then it would get awkward. I'm like, no, invented, created in a lab to study.
Yeah, and one of the things the guy mentioned is it's awfully strange how the virus came ready to infect. Like, it was like barely evolving. It came ready to spread from person to person ridiculously fast.
One of the things that stuck out to me was when he said, because it's been proven that the UV radiation and sunlight help slow the spread, right? Which is not indicative of a virus that grew and evolved in the outside world, which would have plenty of daylight.
What's interesting, you heard people saying that coronavirus was racist now because black people have more melanin in their skin, and one of the things that caused you to survive was the vitamins that you get from the sun.
Really?
And they just don't absorb it as easily, so they had to have like double the amount of that vitamin in their system.
I actually
more commonly didn't have that vitamin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I saw that. It was like a news article or something. Let's go from one conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy that COVID was grown in a lab. At this point, it used to be like, oh my God, you're so crazy and quirky. You believe that COVID was grown in a lab. Well, now it's been proven, just like aliens, that it was. And now let's move on to a new conspiracy. John McAfee. John McAfee is dead. Nick, do you know who this guy is?
Yeah, he's McAfee's an antivirus, right?
Yeah, he created I've never, every time I've used it, I've always found it to just be like,
my dad used to always
annoying.
say when I got a new laptop, he'd be like, here's this disk, I need you to install McAfee on it. And now I've just been using Windows Defender forever.
Yeah, McAfee I always felt was like malicious malware, because it would always pop up. And it had like weird...
It felt like a virus.
It would always pop up, and it's like... And I would never know how I got it, because I don't remember it coming with McAfee. McAfee just showed up.
That sounds like a virus.
Yeah. But, I mean... John McAfee got uninstalled from the United States of America. So he lived a crazy life, kind of like a gangster life, like a Jordan Belfort life. He was like, he moved to like some like Cuba or some shit. And he was
wait, what's the cause of death?
Well, he died. He was found dead in his jail cell in Spain, where he was just about to be extradited to America for his trial for tax evasion. So, this has many parallels to another really cool dude.
Wait, why was he in jail in Spain?
I'm not too sure.
Maybe Spain was pissed at him for some reason, and they wanted him. They wanted to crack at him. He did something bad to Spanish people, so the U.S. is like, take him.
I don't know.
That happens.
But he posted on Instagram. He said, "I am content here." This was 2 years ago. "I am content here. I have friends. The food is good. All is well. Know that if I hang myself, a la Epstein."
Dude, that's not 2 years ago. That's like 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Or 7.
"A la Epstein, it will be no fault of mine." This was an actual post that he made.
Well, he said hanging.
Okay.
So he wasn't found hanging.
That's true. That's true.
Because they saw that tweet.
And here's another post that he made. This was on his Instagram. Getting subtle messages from the U.S. officials saying, in effect, we're coming for you, McAfee. We're going to kill yourself. I got a tattoo today just in case. If I suicide myself, I didn't. I was whacked. Check my right arm. And then
getting subtle messages from the U.S. I wonder what the U.S. officials were, what the subtle messages were.
And then on top of that, the day after he died, a new Instagram post went up on his page that was just a giant Q for QAnon. Some people were speculating.
Wait, the same day he died?
Yes.
On his Instagram that he didn't even have access to?
Well, his Instagram got deleted after that. But some people took screenshots of it. Let me see if I can find it. John McAfee Q Instagram post. It was literally just a giant Q. Yeah. Yeah, here it is with all the Here's the comments. The people in the comments are saying, WTF, what the fuck? John McAfee didn't kill himself. RIP. With 9,000 likes or whatever. So, I mean, just a white background with a black letter Q. I don't really know what he did or who he was, but why would they kill him? Is the main question. I'm sure more will unfold.
No, it won't.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Maybe
true.
It's 60 years.
Nothing unfolded for Jeffrey Epstein, so. Yo, as I'm recording this, there has actually been a development on this. Turns out that there's a tweet that surfaced, an alleged tweet that surfaced from McAfee saying, here it is, if anything happens to me, please know that I have 31 terabytes of files that the 32 terabytes of files I have are located in a hard drive in a condo near 88th Street and Collins Avenue, just north of Miami Beach. And as you know, a building just collapsed near Miami Beach. It's a long shot, but it is highly suspicious and highly suspect. Now, it could be a doctored tweet. No one knows yet, but you know how these things go. Now, there is a real tweet that he did. What's his real tweet? Okay, here's his real tweet. This was an actual official tweet. He said, "I've collected files on corruption in governments. For the first time, I'm naming names and specifics. I'll begin with a corrupt CIA agent and 2 Bahamian officials. Coming today, if I'm arrested or disappear, 31 terabytes of incriminating data will be released to the press." So, I mean, let's get back to it. Thank you for making it this far in the podcast, about halfway through. Remember, if you're enjoying it or liking it, share with a friend, give it a like, and if you can, give my YouTube channel a subscribe. That's AfroMattt on YouTube. And this episode is, again, brought to you in part by MCAFEE. MCAFEE Total Protection. Protection for today's security needs. Includes 2 years of antivirus, identity protection, and a secure VPN. You don't know what the government's looking at, right? You don't know even if it's the government who's looking at it. You don't know if it's your next door neighbor who's looking at what you're doing. And even if you're not doing anything illegal, no one should know what you're doing. So why not get MCAFEE all-in-one protection? Get this, $39.99 a year. Let me run that back. $39.99 a year, $80 off. Now, it also includes gamer security, 1 year free. What is gamer security, you ask? I don't know. Let me look. I don't know. Honestly, this is kind of supposed to be a bit, but enjoy the show. Probably nothing again.
Well, it didn't have to unfold. I wonder why he was wanted dead, though.
Yeah, I know.
I don't.
He didn't. It's
like he had a good sense of humor. It's obviously not like he was super paranoid about it, but he knew it was actually happening.
It's not like he ran a child sex ring like Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, what?
He just evaded taxes, and the government hates that.
He probably owed a ton in taxes. Like, to get whacked, you probably.
Or he helped stop the government from spying on people. That's why they wanted. Because what's it called? Espionage. They literally wanted Edward Snowden executed.
That's true.
That's why he had to leave.
Now he lives in Moscow. Imagine a world where Moscow is safer than the United States. All because of...
Yeah.
All because... Okay.
I wonder how you set that up. How do you get on the phone with Putin and be like, hey, I'm about to leak the fuck out of our government's crimes against our people. Can I come live?
Putin probably called to him, to be honest.
Putin was like, hey, I know they're doing this. If you can find it and leak it, you've got a new home. You got a mansion here for your family.
Yeah. Well, probably not a mansion. He's probably in, like, a small room.
It's probably in a remote location where no one knows.
Yeah. Subway tuna. Subway is getting sued.
Because their tuna
is a not tuna. It's a mixture of various concoctions. Very weird way to say that it's...
Yeah, I saw this thing where someone, like, they sent it to a lab. They got a tuna thing and they sent it to a lab to get tested, and they did not find a single trace of tuna in it.
A single trace of tuna. Which, I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect it to be tuna. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like sawdust mixed with mayonnaise. I've never once looked at their tuna and thought, ooh, I want a nice ice cream scoop of tuna on my sandwich right about now. Because that's how they grab it. They literally have like a scooper and they pinch it, and it's like just a glob. You seen that shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, hopefully they lose some money. Fuck them.
What else do you think is it real besides Subway's tuna? Like,
well, didn't didn't Subway have a problem a while ago where they found out that their bread had the same material that they used to make yoga mats?
Yeah.
It was like rubber. They found rubber.
I thought they had a situation where the person they used for ads was actually made out of pedophile.
Oh,
remember that?
Yes. Yeah. How can I forget about that guy? What was his name? Damn it! How did I forget that guy's name? Jared. Yes, Jared from Subway. Jared from Subway. I mean,
he's like, I lost 200 pounds and my sexual drive towards adults.
God knows that he's getting that foot long in prison.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Up. Yeah.
He's got the prison sub.
He's getting that prison $5 foot long. Yeah, I mean that dude was. I mean, how do you put all your money into one dude?
I mean, how do you think he ranks in the prison hierarchy?
Oh,
like, he's rich, right? Like, he might be the one fucking.
No. And I feel like in prison, they hate when people do that type of shit.
Or do you think if he has money, he went to one of those prisons that's barely a prison?
Like the Jordan Belfort prison with like they have the golf course and they have a tennis court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a basketball court. They got their own gym. It's not just an outside broken ass yard.
Yeah, you have to be mega rich for that. And there's no ass rape. So that's a plus. Let's see.
Like, some prisoners have better lives than I do.
I mean, yeah, truly. Free lunch, for one, every day.
There's this documentary on Netflix where this guy got put on death row and he gets out of it. And after that, he went to go make a series about the worst prisons in the world.
Oh, I think I've seen that on Netflix.
Or the best ones. It's just
like a week
different death row
prisons.
like
that.
Yeah, and he becomes a prisoner. And some of the prisons he goes to, like the people on death row there, have these amazing... Not even on death row. I think it was just for murder. It's if you get accused of murder. So it's countries where they have outlawed the death penalty sometimes. And he goes and these guys just live lavish lives.
It's like Sweden and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of them are super fucked up. Like there was this one that was kind of like, it looked like the Philippines. I'm sure it wasn't.
Oh my God. And it's like you sleep on a dirt cell and you get food thrown in
and there's
from
no
like a
room
hole in the
and
top.
There's people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have like rap battles and yoga classes and stuff. But at the same time, it's just like the worst conditions.
Yeah. American cells are like the worst though because they're so overcrowded nowadays.
Well, in this one, you had to sleep literally touching people, like hundreds of people at the same time, and you had to have a couple people had to stay awake in this one in case someone from another gang came over to try to kill them while they were sleeping. So there's always people on guard.
Imagine if that guy fell asleep.
Yeah.
Damn.
You wake up and all your friends are red weddinged.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the Dogecoin crash. So NASCAR sponsored, or Dogecoin sponsored a NASCAR, which the worst possible situation happened.
Little contact right there, just turns his car sideways down the front straightaway. Just
and crashed into the side of the building. And crashed literally in real life.
Very lucky to miss.
We talk a lot. Look at the rear tires off the ground.
Well,
what if that was the last lap and he just kept sliding?
How great it looks. Remember, 10 years since the NASCAR race has been here, but softball.
So yeah, that specifically, this crash right here.
Just right
when that happened, Dogecoin went down to 10 or like 16 cents.
So
I mean, it's
Elon Musk's tweet can cause a crash. An actual crash can cause a crash. What?
Yeah, that's.
Oh Christ,
That's,
dude! I'm starting to not believe in cryptocurrency, less and less. It seems like if people truly believed in it as a cryptocurrency, a car crashing in real life would not plummet a stock in real life. I mean, how retarded.
It's crazy to think. I know, and with crypto, like all crypto moves at the exact same time. Like for the most part, like generally everything will be on an uptrend or a downtrend at the same time, which is weird. Even Dogecoin that just made it into the market goes up and down with Bitcoin.
It's true. It's true. And I don't know why. I don't know why that happens, except for the fact that it's probably insider market trading or something like, or market manipulation. I think there's a quote from like Warren Buffett or some shit where he said, if any two stocks share like 99% correlation, then it's 100% market manipulation, which is actually a sick bar.
100% market manipulation.
Correlation, manipulation.
Castration.
Home Depot exorcism.
Exorcism. You sounded like DJ Khaled there.
Exorcism.
Exorcism.
DJ
I can't
Khaled.
say it. What is it? Circumstance?
Circumstance.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I think I've seen that one. This one hit home because I work at Home Depot.
Circumstism.
This is a bit of a news segment.
Like,
Police
do you
break
think
up
it's
exorcism.
Cute?
Oh, what?
Matt, is it cute that DJ Khaled can't say words? Like, he's obviously faking that. If you look at him trying to pronounce circumstances, he could say he would literally say circumstism. I'm like, you're not even trying. I've heard you make all the vowel noises. Yeah, I'm like, you can obviously say the word. You're not that stupid.
Goddamn.
Okay, sorry, go on.
No.
You just want to... We got to watch the Home Depot
let's watch.
exorcism.
Okay, exorcism. Home Depot exorcism. Let me read this one real quick. Police break up exorcism in Pennsylvania Home Depot. Police in Lockland County broke up an exorcism today in the lumber aisle of the Home Depot. The lumber aisle of the Home Depot improvement store Monday. Details are scarce on what is going on inside Home Depot on Commerce Drive in Dixon County Monday afternoon. The police were called around 3 p.m. to escort several people out of the store for bad behavior. According to reports, the exorcism was held for the trees that had been turned into lumber.
Oh, poor
The
trees.
police blotter item posted that the Dixon County Facebook account gave few clues on what happened. Simply, this is their post, 3:26 p.m., Commerce Boulevard at Home Depot for disorderly people having an exorcism in the lumber aisle for dead people or dead trees. They will be escorted out of the building. Close to 200 comments begged for more details. There's no indication that the incident had anything to do with the price of lumber, which is interesting.
Oh, demons are taking control of the lumber
Demons
prices.
are taking control of the... We need to have an exorcism on the crypto stock market, let's be honest.
It's been exorcised if you've looked where it's at.
Yeah, it lost $1.3 billion. Just wiped out within like 2 weeks. I would say now's the time to buy, but I'm not too sure. I'm holding.
It's so volatile.
It's scary. I just don't look at it anymore because it stresses me out too much. I'm just going to wait till I start hearing good news. Now let's watch some TikToks. Are you ready, Nick? We're finishing it out.
Yeah.
We're blasting this one in the ass. This girl she got tons of hate for this. And deservedly, because it's fucking atrocious. Just everything about this, I hate it. I hate everything about this video. I hate her.
Good morning. Let's make a smoothie. Avocado. That's perfect. Honey, look at my avocado.
Dude, this video has 4 million likes with like 11 million views.
The seed said, Shabai, yeet. Avocado, sponsor me. Look Look at my cute avocado necklace. Next is a kiwi. Boop, boop, boop. Can you put a pear in a smoothie? Yes! Let's put a beach in my smoothie.
She's not using
Can we
board.
can we not finish it?
You can't.
I don't want to watch the rest of it.
We gotta finish it. You gotta see the end product of the smoothie. The Susie, my bad.
Okay.
Orange goose. Lemonade.
That was good. That was great. I enjoyed every second of that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she was homeschooled for way too long.
I think she was inbred. Her family was inbred for way too long. I mean...
I don't think that's inbred. She doesn't look inbred. She just acts retarded.
She should make...
Like...
If her plane... I'm going to be honest. If her plane got hijacked and they flew it into a mountainside or into the ocean, I feel like she would still be making these happy TikToks while flying on the plane.
Yeah.
We're getting hijacked. Eee! We're gonna make an oopsie.
They
They just fly.
Uh-oh, getting hijacked. Time to make a Susie. I mean movie. I mean move. We gotta save the plane.
I hate everything about that video.
We gotta go on.
Okay,
I got
okay,
like 3
okay,
minutes. Choose the best TikToks.
I can never get off of my mattress. And all that they can ask is, why are you so...
Nick left. Nick left.
That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the mask is.
But what the hell?
What the hell?
I'm about to have to go to work, and that's what you put to start my day.
That's
like,
what the mask is. It's like a bunch of like girls with cat ears, elf ears. They're wearing
and they're not
cosplays.
even like in key of any sort.
That's what the mask is. All right.
Matt, you sounded 10 times better than that.
That's what the mask is. All right, let's watch this. This will make you hype, bro. This is a cover of the song that I did a skit to on my YouTube channel. Check it out.
Oh, bro, it's you that I vibe with. As the Jaeger bomb walks in. Oh, bro, it's you.
I'm still waiting on the full release version of that song, but that's...
Yeah.
I like it.
That was cool. He got the effects right.
Bro,
you think that was a bromance video, or he just made that for people to send to other people?
That's a bromance video to send to... Dude,
I think he sent that to his bro boyfriend.
There's other people, like other bros locking in with him. Oh, bro,
Yeah.
it's you that I vibe with.
What's the name of that song, Matt?
The
actual
the
song?
full song?
Yeah.
As the World Caves In. The one that went viral is the Sarah
by who?
Cawthron version, but the original one is Matt Maltese.
Is the original one not good?
I like them both. Let me... You want...
No, I don't have time. I literally have like 30 seconds.
Okay.
I can't push it today.
Let's watch this one.
Get one last TikTok.
One last TikTok? Shit, this is going to be tough to pick.
Choose the best one.
Fuck.
I mean, you could still watch them and entertain yourself in the audience after I leave if you want to finish them out by yourself.
I got something really important. Don't tell nobody, okay?
What's up?
Got the N-word pass.
I do?
My nigga.
Thanks.
Come on, say it with me, my nigga.
So this black guy's handing out N-word passes to random white people on the street.
Yeah,
Ending
it's the
racism.
pass, bro.
I know, but it's like
It's official.
I don't want to bring you people down.
It's not gonna bring me down, bro. It's gonna make me happy. If you don't say it, it's gonna bring me down. If you don't say it. My nigga.
My nigga.
He
My
said it.
nigga? My nigga?
And now he's in like a library just handing them out to everyone.
Yeah.
My nigga?
Oh shit.
Hey, what's good, my... What's up? Nigga? Good, bro.
Now, Nick, I did reach out to this guy, and he will be sending us 2 N-word passes. So this podcast about to get a little extra spicy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Do you have to leave? What time is it?
Yeah, 1:31. I have to
Okay.
like get stuff. All right, quick exit. All right, guys, thank you for listening to the AfroMattt show. I gotta go.
Adios. Bye.
Bye. Okay, are you done
Thanks for
recording?
listening.
Are you done
Yeah.
recording?
Yeah.